What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well this Mother's Day, May the 10th, 2020. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mother and my wife. Thank you so much for everything that you do. For all the mothers out there, I'm grateful for you. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope that you're getting treated special and well the way that you deserve to be treated. So I want to go ahead and jump into what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about CARES Act number 2. That's potentially about to be signed or go into law. It's still a proposal as right now. And we're going to also talk about the SSI, SSDI, the VA benefits, all those people that are going to be receiving payments coming up this week, hopefully. Also, and lastly, we're going to talk about is the unemployment rate and what's going on currently with the unemployment situation in the United States. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about all that coming up next. What's up, everybody? My name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr., and I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth management and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida, with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I post a new video. Also, like, share this video, please. It's my goal to increase the financial literacy of our globe, and you can help me do that. So I want to go ahead and talk to you today about a few different things. It's not going to be too long, but first thing, I want to, celebrate with everyone that's receiving their payment so far. A lot of people sent me messages and they received it on yesterday or received it sometime on Friday for SSI, for most of the people that are on SSI. And some disability income payments did come through. So I'm very, very happy to see that everyone received those. And a lot of people are still receiving checks, even though the IRS portal originally told them that they were going to get a direct deposit. And even though they updated their information on the IRS portal to receive a direct deposit, they still received a check. So it's all over the place right now. No one knows exactly what's going on. The IRS will say one thing, and then the Department of Treasury is doing something totally different. So it's a wait and see game as of right now, but I am happy that everyone is receiving it. Also happy that more people are going to be receiving it by the deadline that they advised for SSI, which is May the 13th, this upcoming Wednesday. So continue to look in your accounts, continue to check for any pending transactions on your Direct Express card. I have several people leave comments in my videos over the last 2 days when I first announced this and said, I have a pending transaction, or they called in and said it has a pending transaction that started and that will be deposited on the 13th for the $1,200 for the stimulus money. So that is a very, very good thing. I'm glad to see that, and I'm glad to hear that. I'm hoping, because I get a lot of questions about disability. There's a handful of people on disability that received it already. A lot of people did not, that are on disability insurance. So I'm hoping that SSDI recipients will get their stimulus money at the same time. There was no strategic or specific instruction given from the IRS or from the SSA regarding the benefits for SSDI, but I am praying and I am hoping, my fingers are crossed, that you will be included in that as well. If not, as soon as I get an update, I will provide that to you. The next thing I want to talk to you about is CARES Act number 2, which is not official yet, but it's continuing to gain more steam. And as Congress starts to return to Washington and come back to some normalcy in Washington, I think we're going to get closer and closer to that being a real possibility. As it is right now, the country is reopening, but we're not back to anywhere where we were before. Unemployment rate is extremely high. It's at 14.7%. I'm going to talk about that much more a little bit later. But there's a lot of driving factors out there right now for a second stimulus. And I know many people have not gotten the first stimulus yet, and it's still coming, and it's painful to hear about a second stimulus and you still haven't got the first one. But just know once you get the first one, you're going to be getting the second one too, more than likely. And it's going to continue to trickle down for you, and you will get it. Stay strong. I know a few people sent me messages saying that they're starting to lose faith. Please don't lose faith. I don't want you to lose any faith in the system. I know it's convoluted, it's frustrating, and it's really bad, but stay strong as possible. And also, I'll throw this in there really quick. If you are struggling and need help with the essentials, food and things of that nature, don't be ashamed to dial 211. Pick up your phone and dial 211. That's an essentials hotline all across this country. And you can dial that number and it can help you find local food pantries, local organizations, churches, and things of that nature that do provide assistance for people in times like this. So I received some messages where people said, I don't have nothing. I'm hungry. Kids are hungry. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that. I've been in that situation before. I know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night because you're hungry and your stomach is growling. I know what that's like. So please don't do that. Dial 211. It's a great service. But back to the CARES Act number 2. So all the proposals that are out there right now keep circling around the idea of an additional $2,000 worth of stimulus that's going to come in a form of payments or checks on a monthly basis. So unlike before, where it was up in the air as to whether they were going to provide us with direct payments or if it was going to be just assistance with some expenses, mortgage bills, and things like that, student loans. Right now, all the senators and representatives that are bringing forth proposals in the White House, or to Congress, I should say, are proposing $2,000 in some form. And most likely that form is monthly payments that are going to be disseminated to people. So more than likely, we're going to see something in that fashion. That's going to be multiple payments for $2,000, roughly in that range. That's going to be disseminated at least through phases of the pandemic. So there was a proposal out there that discussed like tying the economic stimulus to different milestones of the economy. So if the unemployment rate drops to certain thresholds, everyone would get a $1,000 bonus to help stimulate the economy through this rough time. Nancy Pelosi, said it best. The government has advised everyone to stay home, to socially distance themselves, to help reduce the spread of the virus. So as such, the federal government should provide some assistance to help those that are unable to work and those that do not have the financial means to be able to get through this rough patch. I mean, it's just like me telling my kids, you can't go outside and play, and you have to stay in the house, and not just stay in the house, but you have to stay in your room, and you don't have access to the kitchen to get any food. I can't tell my kids that, even though I want to, because they eat up everything. But this is the same thing. The federal government has told us to stay home and told us to only go out when there's an essential need, essentially, as of right now. So with that being the case, they're looking to help us as much as they can financially to get through this pandemic that we are in right now. So give me some of your thoughts. Let me know what you think is good as far as the economic stimulus, some of the things we should receive. I know one of the proposals I talked about in the previous video was for the essential workers, and that's something that is still on the table, and it's a very good idea. My wife is one of the essential workers, and I'm a firm believer that those that are on the front line, especially those in healthcare, working at the grocery stores and a lot of things like that, that's helping our country run while it's closed, I think they should be appreciated. And I also don't believe that they should have a tax penalty for that appreciation, which has been some of the questions right now about the essentials plan that is out there to help them with that. So I want you to leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about the essentials workers, how they should get any additional bonus or any type of hazard pay for working at this time right now. And lastly, I want to talk to you about the unemployment rate. As I mentioned before, it currently stands at 14.7%. That's the unemployment rate. The U6, the real unemployment rate is somewhere above 20%. Now that takes into consideration all of those that are out there that are completely unemployed, not just the ones that are unemployed and able to be in the labor force, are counted in the labor force, that are looking for employment. So roughly, let's just say about 20% of this country, or 1/5 of this country, is unemployed right now. Whenever you have situations like that, and this takes us back to Great Recession levels, or the Great Depression levels, I should say, back to the 1930s. Whenever you have situations where you have mass unemployment at a time like this in our economy, and not just have the amount of unemployment we have, but have the velocity of unemployment that takes place over such a short amount of time. We went from having over full employment just less than 2 months ago in our economy to going to a severe level of unemployment in less than 60 days. That is a very, very rough and very turbulent way for any economy, especially the United States economy that is so vital and so strong in the global theater. But for any economy to see that type of precipitous drop in the unemployment rate is just astounding. Astonishing is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry I'm speaking so quickly, but it is astonishing to see that happen. And with that being the case, that leads me to believe that there will, definitely be a CARES Act 2 that will be signed into law to provide some sort of assistance to everyone out there. For all those investors that are out there, there's many of you guys hit me up, send me messages and say, how should I invest in an economy like this where everything is going down? I typically advise people to look at the consumer discretionaries, or stay away from consumer discretionaries in times like this where you're seeing a lot of volatility in the stock market. But you really want to focus on sectors like the healthcare sector, the industrial sector, and the consumer staples. The consumer staples are those companies that are the grocery stores that are still open, like CVS, Kroger, and those places that are open during the pandemic. Other things that are good investments at this time are companies in the healthcare industry. Some of the new technology companies that are out there too, that are providing Zoom technology. Zoom is one of those companies as well. There's other companies like Teladoc. And now I'm not trying to tell you to go invest in these companies. I'm just saying these are sorts of companies that are still able to operate and thrive in a global pandemic, in a situation that we're currently in right now. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos or coming to my channel, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell. Please like this video, share this video. It is my goal to increase the financial literacy of our globe. If you have any questions about investing, about the economic stimulus or anything, please leave a comment below. I do my best to get to all of those comments as soon as possible and answer as many questions as I can. I greatly appreciate it. I love you. Have a great Mother's Day. Talk to you again soon.